It's August 21st. We're kind of getting into the heart of the honey season. We're going to check on our hive. A couple weeks ago we did our mite treatment on it, but the temperatures were in the 90s, so we didn't really want to open it up and mess with it because it was pretty hot that day. So today it's in the 70s, a little cooler. We're going to open it up, see if the bees have been putting some honey in the super, and we're just going to take an overall look at the hive, see how it's doing. That's the scoop. Okay, you can see we got our smoker going. Got some few bees here in the front coming in. And we're going to take the lid off and we're going to see how the hive is doing. This top layer right here, this brown one here, this is the honey super. This is twin super, so we're going to take that off. Hopefully the bees are starting to put some honey in there. These other two, the white one and the brown one below, are brood supers. Those where the bees are hatching, growing more bees. So those should be okay, but we're going to check to see how everything looks in here. There are some bees up in here, but I am not seeing them filling any frames or placing any honey up here, which is a little disappointing at this stage. But it could mean that they really haven't filled the supers yet below, so we're going to take a look at those. Okay, right now you can see we have our queen excluder on. All the bees right now are underneath here, and still seem to be working on the super below. So we're going to remove this other super. Hopefully not get them too riled up. So here you can see we have the rest of our bees up on top. I'm trying to gauge how healthy they are. They seem to be doing okay. I'm looking to see if the queen is up near the top, and I don't see her anywhere. So I think I'm going to spray just a little smoke on here to mellow them out a bit. Okay, so we got the queen excluder off. Anything else going on? There's a lot of bees in there, even on these outer frames. This baby is pretty full. Looks like maybe the last frame here is probably the least full. I'm going to see if I can pull this frame up. So this is the outermost frame. You can see they have quite a bit of capped honey on there right now. Looking to see if there's a queen on here anywhere. I do not see her. Let's see. Bees appear to be storing their honey pretty good. I don't see any capped brood on there anywhere. And here's the back side of it. Right now the bees all seem to be just moving about, trying to make honey, trying to store honey. See a lot of worker bees on there, I would say. A lot of workers. That's all good news. Again, let's pull this side, take a better look. I see mostly bees on here placing honey, everything else seems to look pretty good here at the moment. Okay. Okay, this frame is very full of honey also. I see some pollen in there. Don't see any eggs, but that would be kind of true when this is more of a honey frame. So they're storing a lot of honey in here. It's pretty heavy. I'll try and spin it around. Oops, squished a few bees there. And on this side, again, I'm not seeing the queen anywhere. These are all placing honey in there. They look pretty active. Seem to be doing pretty well from what I can see. There are a lot of bees in this one. Squeezed a few. This thing is really heavy. Really heavy. See, they're making some odd looking cells on there, but there's a lot of bees in here. Trying to look for the queen. Trying to keep this above the top. I do not see the queen on here. I'm going to drop this thing back in before I lose it. They're making a lot of honey. There's a lot of bees in here. I will probably just end up closing it down and letting them get back to their business. They're all pretty docile in there. Got a few flying on me. They all seem pretty mellow. These bees seem very healthy to me. I don't feel like I'm too worried about what's going to happen with them. So I think maybe I'll just close it up and let them keep working on it. They have filled this. There's one frame left to fill on this brood super, and then they would start to work on the honey supers. So they're getting close. They're not quite there, but they're pretty close. So that's good news. So I think I will just close it up. We'll let them keep working. Like I said, we have 2 of these brood things filled. Maybe take a look in here. Looking in through the window here. There's quite a few bees in there too, and it's pretty full, I would say also, without having to open it up. So I think I'll just close it up, and instead of risk having the queen fall out of there, I will just let it go, and they seem to be doing pretty well. Okay, so I've placed the honey supers back on, and I'll check in another couple of weeks, see if they start filling up these honey supers. It would be nice. That's where the bulk of my honey will come from, but for right now they've filled both of these brood supers. There's like 1 frame left, so they should be moving up to this honey super very soon, maybe in the next week or so.